Well, as we mentioned, it's a big opening day of the Spring Carnival for our good friends at Arrowfield Stud. They have a big interest today, particularly in the shorts, which is shaping up as a fascinating race. We just heard from Shane. I sat down with John Messara this week at the beautiful stud near Scone. So, John, I reckon this is one of the prettiest spots in the world. Here we are on the banks of Lake Christine.
Well, it's spring, it's the Hunter Valley. It doesn't get much better, you're right. And Lake Christine, named after the boss, I would say. Now, my wife Christine, who's been a very important part of developing this farm over the years.
Absolutely, and what a delightful woman Christine Messara is. Well, look, I love coming here, and we've come here at a really interesting time because there's two horses that are in the shorts, which is obviously an amazing race, particularly in the context of what's to come later in the spring. Remark, who is owned by Arrowfield, and Marzu, who is your slot for the Everest. So let's start with Remark. What do you think?
Well, if you're talking about Saturday, I think he's got a great chance on Saturday in the shorts because he's drawn barrier 2 and he's meeting similar horses to last time. It's a tough old field, don't worry, but he's well drawn. The trainer's happy, he's in good shape. I give him a chance. And of course, it'll be a fairly determining race, this, because if he were to win this, I would say that we would find a slot for him. If he gets well beaten, I think he'll aim elsewhere other than the Everest. Yeah,
I think if he performs well here, that phone will be ringing. It was a good win in the Concord. He was 3 wide the whole way.
Magnificent win in the Concord, and he showed us what he's capable of doing. He's a horse that's had a lot of issues over the years, from a virus to a throat issue, ultimately had to be gelded. So he's come back now with all of these things behind him, and that was the first time we've seen him frolic away in the way he did. He ran freely, and he enjoyed the day out, pulled up very well, and they ran a quick time and the quick sectionals, so I was very pleased with his last run. But Saturday will tell us a bit more.
He's a real favourite of yours too.
I love him. Yeah. I love him. You know, he was being prepared for a yearling sale and had an accident, got away from the handler and tried to jump a fence. And he hurt his leg very badly, had to be withdrawn from the yearling sale. That's an additional issue he's had over his life. So he's had it tough, but we've been patient with him. We love him very much. He's a lovely horse.
Yeah, absolutely. By Snitzel out of response. And another stallion here, of course, Morris. He shuttles between here and Japan. His son, in Marzu, will be in this race?
Well, he's a Group 1 winner already, and he ran 3rd in the Everest last year, and he's in on Saturday, and I understand from the trainer that he's running that race, then the Premier Stakes, and then the Everest. So that's his entry for this, his commencing race for this season, and he's trialled very well twice, so I'll be very interested to see how he goes. I'm hoping the two of those are fighting it out.
Yeah, we went to see Peter Snowden the other day, and he's really he's bigger. Marzu's bigger.
Yeah, he's put on 25 odd kilos since his last prep, and that's a sign that he's matured further and he's strengthened further. So yeah, there's plenty to look forward to.
And here we are at Arrowfield today. The place, there was a bit of a buzz around today. You had a special guest.
Well, Timmy, everybody knew you were coming.
No, not me. Not me, far from me. I know the charcuterie plate had to get ready for me, but yeah.
Oh, no. Well, if you're talking about an equine guest...
Or guests.
Or guests, we've had Black Caviar this morning visiting us here to be served by champion sire Snitzel. And later in the week, Winx is coming to visit Snitzel as well. So we're very fortunate to have mares of that eminence on the place and to serve them to the champion sire. So we're very excited. So there is a bit of a buzz around, yes, we're very excited.
Part of the magic of the industry, isn't it? The way that stories continue to propel on themselves, because when we started Racing Dreams, he was Winx in the middle of all those wonderful wins, and just a few years on, here we are seeing her and Snitzel come together. I love that. I mean, people like you have taught me more about this industry, but there's a magic to it.
Well, I love the history and the tradition, and especially when it's associated with champions like Winx. And it's lovely to be part of it now by having the opportunity of getting her served by one of our stallions. So we're thrilled, and we're just hoping it works out well.
Charcuterie plate being worked on?
It's look, the whole team is on it. Preparation for 5:30 this afternoon, Timmy.